Folks, I'm a businessman. You could call me a capitalist, but I've been doing tax liens and deeds for 25 years. I'm just an entrepreneurial guy. If I was just 25 years old right now and getting started, I would start in a business I knew would be long-term. And that's the one I'm in now. Now, my first career was as an airline pilot, and that was a great career. And it's changed dramatically now, but at the time it was exciting and I got to travel the world. But if you want to make a lot of money, get involved with the internet and get involved in a business like this that everybody doesn't know about. Everybody's worried about retiring. If you're 45 plus, you're scratching your head. You don't know what to do. Well, you probably don't want to be a carpenter or a plumber or one of those things only because it takes so long to go through the apprenticeship. Learn a business like this one. You can do it from home. It'll allow you to travel. It'll allow you to make money. The only thing that will hold you back at first is having money, but you can use credit cards to get started. If you study, other people will fund you. This is a business you can do for the rest of your life. Steak. Oh, favorite places in the world. Oh boy, that's a great question. Okay, South America is great. It's a land of opportunity, no doubt about that. Mexico is great, land of opportunity again, but unfortunately they don't understand law. If you want a calm, quiet, regimented life, you need to look at Switzerland in the middle of Europe. It's a paradise, but it doesn't have opportunity for young people. So young people they all leave and then they go back. But so that's good. If you look at Asia, you want to look at Singapore. It's filled with young people. You're going to have to be in very certain professions if you're going to make it in Singapore. I don't know enough about Japan to tell you there, but Malaysia is probably where all the growth is going to take place because there's got so much land, so many young people, and a lot to do there. So I'm not negative on any of it. You notice I didn't mention communist China or communist Russia, only because it's communist. My greatest strength is I like people, and my weakness is beautiful women. Oh boy, weirdest things I've seen. Oh, this could go on for, this would be a long interview. I've seen people buy a house, a livable house, for $300, $316 as a matter of fact, and end up a month later renting it for $750. Okay, so they bought it for $300, didn't sell it, and they rented it for $700. So that'll tell you that. I've also seen properties go to auction where the people spent round numbers $10,000, and they were able to sell it and make $170,000. So I've kind of seen some real wide ranges of what could happen in terms of money. In terms of auctions, I've seen everything from 2,500 properties. They're trying to sell them all in a place like Los Angeles, and as fast as you can snap your fingers like that, the properties are going, and people yelling and screaming. And there were usually 3 properties behind what they were buying than they were selling. So I've seen that. I've been to auctions where nobody showed up. No one showed up. And that's pretty shocking. I've had people show up for auction. Matter of fact, I have a video in my course. A gal showed up at auction, bought 2 properties, and she sold one of them before she left the room. She bought it, and before she left out the door, she had it sold. So I've seen everything. Love pickles, kosher pickles, little dills, folks. What's my days like? I get up early, I go out and walk, I do exercises, strict exercises, so I work my back, I work my feet, I read a lot. After I've done reading, then I work every day. I work somewhat on the weekends, but it's mostly writing on the weekends because I like to write and I like to create. My favorite thing to do is create new courses. There was a time in my life when I traveled all over the world and I flew airplanes and did a lot of what you might call adventure travel. I've been to the North Pole. I haven't been to the South Pole, but I've been real close. I've been on safaris. I've done all those things. So I did all that when I was young enough to really appreciate it. Probably scared my poor wife half to death. Well, I know I did that. So my day is full, and I live life, not that I'm going to die tomorrow, but I live it and I enjoy it. Okay, so when you're 80 years old, people ask you this question all the time: why are you still working? Why are you doing anything? Number one, I like working. Number two, I'm a creative guy. The things I create are things that help other people make money. I've made significant money in my life, all of which I have to give away, but I still continue to do that. But I continue making things to help other people. I mean, it helps me because I do get paid for it, but everything I create, hundreds of other people learn and make a lot of money for. And if I didn't work all the time I work, I would probably just die, because people sit at home. I had two brothers that died in their 60s, and they both had huge retirement. One brother had 47 years of government service, and you can imagine what his paycheck was going to be, and he died within a year, and there was no reason for it. He just, sit and watch television. So I'm interested in working and doing things. I can't keep up with a 20-year-old, but I can keep up. Okay, I don't have a favorite, but I'll tell you a favorite story. Fortunately, I met a guy by the name of Louis Pinto years ago, and he introduced me to another guy, and I was in Singapore, and they said, you've got to go to Chiang Mai, which is part of Thailand, almost on the China border. And in Chiang Mai, they raise tigers, and they're 12-year-old to 16-year-old boys that raise the tiger. And so you can go in a cage the same size as the studio I'm sitting in now, and a Bengal tiger will be in the cage, and the boy will just tap its ear and it'll jump onto a table. A 700-pound tiger jumps onto the table next to you, and that impression will last the rest of your life, I'll guarantee you. And so the boy then tells you, touch the tiger, hit the tiger, do anything you want with the tiger, but don't touch its face. And so I pet the tiger, and it was like petting a hairbrush. The fur was not soft and fluffy. From there, I went to lying in a room with 4 tigers that were all 6 months old, and they were about as big as I am, 6 months old. And then from there, I went to where you could hold an actual baby tiger in your hand, and they bite right away. Right away, they bite. They're 1 day old and they're biting. But anyway, yeah, that was an experience. Now, you can go and see elephants in these parks, and you can go and see alligators and all those things, but there's nothing like being close to a Bengal tiger. When you're in a cage and locked in around wire all around you with a 700-pound, there was actually 2 700-pound Bengal tigers. That was the most impression I've ever had of an animal. And I've been on the Serengeti and watched animal kills. I do charity much different than other people. I'm a little bit resentful of a lot of charities because I watched my wife go through cancer and things like that, and thought I could do my part by helping out, but I wouldn't do that again. My charity is every day when I eat out. It's every time I'm at a car wash. It's every time I'm around what people didn't have a chance to go to school, or they didn't want to go to school, or they didn't educate themselves. I make sure they're taken care of, so I don't give any $2 tips. I mean, they're $10 or $20 tips. That's money that goes in the economy today. That's money that goes in the economy today, not into some kind of brown suit that's making $200,000 a year and going to work 30 hours a week. Well, I'm sorry if you lost hope. There's plenty to be hopeful for, because you're going to get better by using your brain. That's how you're going to get better. You need to do something for yourself, not wait for somebody to do it for you, because there's plenty of books to read. There's plenty of things to do that'll make you better. I'm not a person that pats people on the back, but I can tell you right now, if you want something out of life, it's up to you. So my first saying in the morning is exactly what I'm going to say right now. So I turn and I put my feet on the floor and I say these simple words. I say, if it's to be, it's up to me. So I'll say that again so that you don't misinterpret it in any way. If it's to be, it's up to me.